Hi, so I promised I would come on here and do a video on acupuncture. I went to my first acupuncture appointment last week on Wednesday, and I have another appointment this week on Wednesday, so it went really well. I didn't really know what to expect, so I guess I'll just share on this video about what it was like in case anybody else wants to try acupuncture. So I went in and I thought it was going to take about an hour. It ended up being about 2 hours. And the lady, she had me lie down and she put about 16 needles at different pressure points, acupoints, I think they're called. Some on my midsection, like around my ovaries and uterus, and right under my belly button, and some going down my legs. Like, I couldn't tell if it was below the knee or above the knee. It was probably below the knee, and then on my foot. So she put these needles, and they're about this big, maybe. I didn't really look too closely because I was kind of scared. And she just kind of taps, and then I felt a sting, and then it kind of goes numb. And as she was putting the needles in my stomach, I was kind of getting used to a needle going in after another. And then I felt kind of like a weird floating sensation. And that's where I kind of started to feel like it was the whole mind-body connection. So I kind of felt like tingles, numbness, and it almost felt like, I don't know, like a pool of feeling, I guess, everywhere these kind of small needles were. And there were times where she would put a needle, especially down on my right side, and it would I hit a nerve or something, and I would jerk like electricity was going through me. So from this experience, I really do feel like acupuncture does loosen up the energy or the chi or whatnot, whatever you want to call it. But the kind of the energy that flows through your body, I really feel like acupuncture is a real medicine that loosens up this energy. So I stayed there, and after she had all the needles, she explained to me that she was going to do this Chinese medicine because this is Chinese acupuncture. This girl is totally trained in China. So I don't know how many schools of acupuncture there are, but she's definitely trained in China and everything. So it's Chinese acupuncture. And so she put these, it wasn't like incense, but it was these small little things that it looked like she was putting onto the top of a needle or something, and it lights on fire, and the smoke, I didn't quite understand what was happening, but I think the smoke has something to do, like it's pulled into your body or something. So it was smoking, and she did two of those. So those things lasted, it must have been 20-25 minutes each, but I was just kind of like, meditating or just relaxing. And so I didn't realize how much time had gone by, but by the time I left the office, it had been 2 hours almost exactly, or a little over 2 hours, and I had to wait coming in. But it felt pretty good when she took out the needles. Later in the day, I kind of checked, and there was, maybe a little bit of a red dot, but that was it. And I did feel like really drained after the acupuncture. Like, I was planning on going home and doing my usual, trying to do, go for a walk or go for a jog. And I was just really super tired and really drained. And so I didn't end up doing anything. And so it went really well. So she suggested coming weekly. So I'm going to go every week for about a month or two, maybe even 3 months. I don't know. We'll see what the finances bring. And then probably shift to every other week or something. She actually said not to come during the week of menstruation, but that any other week is fine because I told her I would be ovulating this week, which I am. And so she said, totally fine to come while you're ovulating. And then I was reading online that people continue to do acupuncture even into a pregnancy. So I'm kind of into it just because it just felt really, like I became more aware of my body, I guess. And I usually don't have a feeling of like awareness when I go to my regular doctor, because the regular doctors hardly talk to you. So I felt like this acupuncturist was really good. She actually explained fertility that, and English is her second language, but she said that temperature is really important, and I think maybe she was alluding to the body basal temperature. Anyway, she asked me if I, worked, and the kind of conditions I worked in, was there air conditioner, so I told her there was. She said that having your body should be not too cold for women. This is what she said. For women, it's important that their hormones really respond to temperature. So, with that in mind, today at work, I kind of turned the air conditioner off. And I'm going to try and do that. And so I will do another update maybe later in the week. I am on cycle day 12, and my temperature dipped yesterday, and my temperature tends to dip 2 or 3 days and then spike. So I'm going to watch that and try and see when I ovulate, because I used to have those internet strips for the LH surge, and I used them all and I haven't ordered any more, so I'm kind of on my own for trying to detect ovulation. So that's it, and I will do another update either on ovulation or on acupuncture part 2 if I come up with anything from the appointment in a couple days. But I'm still getting used to this doing videos, and I don't actually get on here that much, but I really like the idea of having videos to look back on my journey and hopefully be able to document some of this. And so I'm still getting to know and subscribe to people, so if you do subscribe, please send me a message so I can say hi. I really would rather be more personal than putting things out there and just not having anybody watch them. I'd like to know who you are, and so that I can subscribe to your channels, because I'm not quite sure who's watching or if anyone's watching. So appreciate it, and thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow or later in the week.